Hello, Salty Goldfish here. We're actually in the top eight of Pauper Classic Tuesday, and this is one of those hands kind of. I don't know if it's good. All it does is find more stuff, but it's got two lands, and it can certainly dig for action. So I'm gonna keep it. Still have not won a coin toss all night. So let's go ahead and ponder it up. So top, no. Blue black is generally not ideal for this type of hand. He has a Delver. I know I don't like my top card. Probably rather not draw an island next turn. But what are the chances he plays something relevant? So I could always just keep Counterspell up, ponder next turn with Counterspell, and keep Counterspell up. It's a really hard decision. Because I'm not actually sure what's right. I have to hope his Delver doesn't flip, basically. Because if the Delver flips, I'm in trouble. Flips into a Counterspell even. That's bad. Yeah, because that puts me on the back foot of now I have to actually do something. Um, Keep on swinging. But the Spire Golem actually makes it better. That's kind of what I'm kind of digging for, so... I'm wondering what he's considering doing on my end phase. I mean... A removal... Yeah, so there's not a lot you want to do there. So I know he has a Deprive... Spire Golem looks really weird when you actually look at the art. For some reason, I always thought, like... This was just, a tail coming down. No, it's going off into the clouds. It's like this weird flying robot man with no fingers. Beat in there. So there's a lot of things that could go badly here. Brainstorm is technically not one of them, but it's part of what could be one of them. Like Gurmag Angler, Removal Spell. Those are all bad things. He put them both on top. I was about to say, what do you do with them? But it's like, oh wait, it's Brainstorm, not Ponder or Preordain. It's just they go back. I don't think I've read Papyrus Charm on my side, but I wanted to. That was one of the changes I wanted to make that I didn't, because it's really powerful in the mirror. Gurmag Angler. Kind of knew that was coming. So I have a lot. Like, I'll be very surprised if I can't find myself a bounce spell. Top, 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 shuffle, preordain, bottom, bottom. Wow, that kinda sucked. I just saw I preordained twice and I pondered once for 9 cards and couldn't find one of the relevant spells. And now he'll have a counterspell for it. He has Deprive. But if he wants to bounce another island, that's fine with me. You didn't actually need to tap that, but hey, okay. Jump blocker. So I think my plan is just to kind of attrition him out until I can find a bounce spell. So he's got a deprive. He's got an island in his hand. He's going to deprive it. He's smart. He kills the ninja, or he has to chump the ninja at least. All right, so he either drew a creature or a land. These decks don't usually play a lot of. Sure, you can have the gush. That's not relevant right now. You can even have the Delver. That was also very dumb. You should have attacked with the free point from the Delver. If he flips his Delvers, I'm dead. Whew. Now he has to, even if it flips, which it did, I'm not dead. This has been a really close game. Can't use deep analysis now. I know two of his cards are Delvers. One of his cards is still an island, at least, so at least half his hand is just useless. He has a removal spell undead. I'm tapped out. I'm not tapped out, I'm hellbent. I should have bounced. Oh, I'm so dumb. I only had one bounce spell in my hand. But I should have bounced the untapped Gurmag Angler and attacked with my team. Because then I still have a blocker, and he has to flip the Delver. Well, if he has a Vapor Snag, he wins, but he has to have a Vapor Snag. You don't play around what you can't beat. Alright, he was playing a lot of instants. Dispel's gonna be good. I don't think Flare Husk is particularly good. Wasn't he? I didn't see a single removal spell. Yeah, I think that's sort of hedgy-ish, but I didn't. All I saw really was a lot of dig, a lot of draw to try and get the threat on the board, and no way to actually interact beyond getting that threat on the board as quick as possible. So I guess getting as much just ability to interact with what he's doing is probably better than. Let's see. He think twice. He thought twice. Mental noted, which probably means he also has Thought Scour because Thought Scour is just a better card. Technically, like it has an extra option of milling your opponent should that actually become a relevant thing. Um, he had fetch lands. Counter spells, deprives, Delver. The only threats I saw were Delver and the Gurmag Angler. This seems like a pretty reasonable hand, actually. I mean, yeah, my only threat's a Cloud of Fairies, but I'm pretty sure I'm actually the control deck in this matchup. And with this hand, I am very much the control deck. I will let him brainstorm without a shuffle effect. That's fine. It's just, I mean, it's good, but it's not. It, it is not where I want to precisely use my. I have to kind of use my counter magic and my control elements, almost like a scalpel. He has very few relevant cards. He has a lot of manipulation, a lot of things that are, help him set up. But in the early game, it's basically like his plan is to get a threat that's big down as fast as possible, and I can just stop that. Like even if he was able to go next turn Gurmag Angler. Main phase. Uh, I can't think of anything he can actually do that I can't deal with a Vapor Snag and a Dispel. No, that's not a Gurmag Angler. Let's hope he flips. I mean, Jeskai Sage by itself is. I mean, I am less unimpressed than I used to be, but I mean, it's not a race he's winning. And all I need to do is actually flip my Delver, and it changes that math a lot. So right now he's considering whether or not he wants to counter a Delver. And I think I'm fine with that. Because I need the Delver to flip. If the Delver doesn't flip, it doesn't really matter. I mean, he's basically throwing his instance at me as 1 mana, you know, for those Lava Darts. Is that the name? Yeah, I think Lava Dart's the 1 mana, 1 red, do 1 damage. And he can't seem to find black mana. Which makes the decision to Evolving Wilds for blue really strange. Because he's basically burning resources. If it flips, I'll deal with it. Good brainstorm. Yep. Always yes. Okay. So I'm feeling fairly in control. So he plays Grimmack Angler. I think I just counter it. Untap, bounce it. Oh, actually, it depends. If he plays it pre-combat, I just let it resolve. If I take less damage this way. Well, if he wants to cast a spell, yeah, it was one of those. If he has the spell to cast, he's dug through his library a lot. Now remember, this does not extra tap when it comes into play. Do not attack blindly into the Gurmag Angler after you play it. That will just throw your ninja away. Did not work out last time, probably won't work out this time. Oh, that was different. I mean, there are a lot of spells that would have done similar. Like, I was thinking Disfigure, but hey, each their own. Maybe his last card's another Ghastly Demise, but or another Gurmag Angler. That could be bad. Though actually, I think I beat another Gurmag Angler. Like, basically, he has to flip Delver, which gave him a counter spell. I don't actually need to cast anything to win the game right now. He's got one card in his hand. I have one card in my hand. I know what his card is. He does not know mine is an island. I think I'd rather him know I have a counter spell than have an island, but he did not draw a spell. Semi-relevant. So I have two counter spells in my hand. I know he has one. Attack with everything, he eats the thing, and then he's at two. No flipping. Yeah, that's pretty much game. Mental note, not good enough. Nail in coffin. Good games. Fog. Wouldn't even matter. I have the counter spell. Alright, so that was. The blue black Delver deck is a really powerful deck, but kind of like how I played it, of you just focus on what matters. They have very few relevant cards that matter. I mean, if you look at everything he played, like he played probably, even if you assume he has four of every copy of every creature, he's only playing 16 threats. And four of them, the Jeskai Sage, aren't huge threats. They're very slow. And they're much better in a control shell where you can kind of, play a removal spell instead of just drawing a card to draw another card. Yeah. But thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and hope you join me in the next round.